simple, wisdom. People, both distinguished and plain, have been speaking words of wisdom since the dawn of civilization. It is what separates us from all other life on this planet. Here is a collection of provocative thoughts from artists, writers, philosophers, and pop culture icons from around the globe and across the ages. Chapter 1, Value. From the sky, from the earth, from a scrap of paper, from a passing shape, from a spider's web, we must pick out what is good for us where we can find it. Each moment of the year has its own beauty, a picture which was never seen before, and which shall never be seen again. A little bit added to what you've already got gives you a little bit more. Luxury need not have a price. Comfort itself is a luxury. I'd rather have roses on my table than diamonds on my neck. I love beautiful things, beauty in anything, beauty in an athlete, or just getting up very early in the morning for rehearsals. Cherish all your happy moments, they make a fine cushion for old age. Beauty is an ecstasy, it is as simple as hunger. Style is to see beauty and modesty. A man's first care should be to avoid the reproaches of his own heart, his next, to escape the censures of the world. What right, what true, what fit we justly call, let this be all my care for, this is all. People exaggerate the value of things they haven't got. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. The good things in life are like the birth of a child, 90% waiting. To know is nothing at all, to imagine is everything. Chapter 2, Character. You can't depend on your judgment when your imagination is out of focus. But if you have nothing at all to create, then perhaps you create yourself. Let your soul stand cool and composed before a million universes. For God's sake, choose a self and stand by it. It is possible to be different and still be all right. Let the world know you as you are, not as you think you should be. Follow your inner moonlight, don't hide the madness. Ecstasy is full, deep involvement in life. You try to make an interesting journey between the cradle and the grave, you know? There is a vitality, a life force, an energy that is translated through you, and because there is only one you in all of time, this expression is unique. If it is your duty to croak like the toad, then go ahead. And with all your might, make them hear you. He lives to express himself, and in so doing, enriches the world. How many cares one loses when one decides not to be something but to be someone. Life engenders life. Energy creates energy. It is by spending oneself that one becomes rich. Plunge boldly into the thick of life. Chapter 3, Well-being. 'Tis folly only, and defect of sense, turns trifles into things of consequence. Happiness is good health and a bad memory. First we have to believe, then we believe. Perhaps our natural gifts elude us because they are so obvious. To the question of your life, you are the only answer. To the problems of your life, you are the only solution. Infinite riches are all around you if you will open your mental eyes and behold the treasure house of infinity within you. Nobody can conceive or imagine all the wonders there are unseen and unseeable in the world. Miracles surround us at every turn if we but sharpen our perceptions of them. It is always possible to approach a goal by a detour. You see things, and you say why? But I dream things that never were, and I say why not? Every spirit builds itself a house, and beyond its house a world, and beyond its world a heaven. Put yourself into a different room, that's what the mind is for. If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear as it is infinite. The truth is what is. What should be is a dirty lie. Occasionally, what you have to do is go back to the beginning and see everything in a new way. It's a very short trip. While alive, leave. I wish I had started out at the age of 96. Look how much fun I would have had. Chapter 4, Success and Failure. I started with the firm conviction that when I came to the end, I wanted to be regretting the things that I had done, not the things I hadn't. The greatest accomplishment is not in never falling, but in rising again after you fall. We learn the rope of life by untying its knots. It is a relief when things get to their worst. You know what the worst is and can begin to plan for better things. Great minds must be ready not only to take opportunities, but to make them. My challenge was not to do the impossible, but to learn to live with the possible. Falling short of perfection is a process that just never stops. Usefulness is not impaired by imperfection. You can drink from a chipped cup. Perfectionism spells paralysis. There must be more to life than having everything. I always wanted to be a star. I'm not gonna bitch about it now. If there's one thing I know about destiny, it is that you can't count on it forever. Keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. Chapter 5, Perspective. Your diamonds are not in far distant mountains or in yonder seas, they are in your own backyard, if you but dig for them. When you love yourself, you forgive your own imperfections. He better claims the glorious name, who knows with wisdom to enjoy what heaven bestows. Look round the habitable world, how few know their own good, or, knowing it, pursue. Develop interest in life as you see it, in people, things, literature, music. The world is so rich, simply throbbing with rich treasures, beautiful souls and interesting people. Forget yourself. In my apron, I carry nails, pliers, a heavy hammer, and pride. Work is not always required. There is such a thing as sacred idleness, the cultivation of which is now fearfully neglected. The most revolutionary act one can commit in our world is to be happy. Living in balance and purity is the highest good for you and the earth. Life is the first gift, love is the second, and understanding, the third. Reverie is not a mind vacuum. It is rather the gift of an hour which knows the plenitude of the soul. Take the gentle path. The wise with hope support the pains of life. My favorite thing is to go where I've never been. Where there is no hope, there can be no endeavor. Chapter 6, Relationships. The real marriage of true minds is for any two people to possess a sense of humor or irony pitched in exactly the same key. I refuse to believe that trading recipes is silly. Tuna fish casserole is at least as real as corporate stock. The person who tries to live alone will not succeed as a human being. The heart withers if it does not answer another heart. Nowadays we are all of us so hard up that the only pleasant things to pay are compliments. And we find at the end of a perfect day, the soul of a friend we've made. One of the sweetest things in life, the letter from a friend. Love is, above all, the gift of oneself. Love is the spirit that motivates the artist's journey. We are formed in important ways by the love we feel in our hearts. You can't sweep people off their feet if you can't be swept off your own. Love is not love until love is vulnerable. Freedom is the spine of love. Let there be spaces in your togetherness. One word frees us of all the weight and pain of life, that word is love. If you would be loved, love and be lovable.